Welcome back, everybody. For 2 videos of Gaiden, where I deleted my save file like an idiot. Hello, Thomas. I should probably also say hello. How's it going?
Hello. You can't see me, but I'm giving a thumbs up to the microphone. We're back, and everything is good.
It's fine now, and there's never going to be a problem ever again. I've started making backups of saves. Hopefully, I will keep doing that. Yeah. So
all technical difficulties have been entirely overcome.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to record over the flashback cutscene together, to which I will say, we started that aborted test video, well, not test video, the aborted video of this case that we're about to do, with me quoting myself from a while ago, where I said, it's a fucking hunk of garbage made by assholes. I don't think that was totally true. At this point, I don't think it's a fucking hunk of garbage. I do think it, or at least the save system, was made by assholes. I will stand by that statement to my dying day.
Yeah, we can say that building an 8-slot save system, fixed slots, where replaying an old case requires you to overwrite one of those slots, and the default is your only autosave, is probably what people moved on to after building physical landmines. Like, it would have been the same designers involved in constructing both of those technologies.
I was thinking, like, Minotaur's labyrinths, or like some horrid traps. Sen's Fortress fame, perhaps, changed his, like,
No
set his
way,
resume
Sen's
into
Fortress wasn't
Rockstar.
built by assholes. Sen's Fortress was built by geniuses. It was like, it's a fantastic
geniuses.
place. Yeah, it's a wonderful place. Absolutely nothing wrong or dangerous or upsetting about Sen's Fortress.
At this point, I can actually just like go through Sen's Fortress fine.
Yeah, you can do it blindfolded, basically. It's trivial.
Maybe not literally blindfolded.
Very
I
easy.
guess maybe we'll have to like find that out at some point. What do you say we
Yes.
start this case, though?
Yeah, let's go into it and talk about that flashback also. So Cole and Kelso again. I've just watched it before coming here, of course.
Yes.
Oh my god, Cole was an asshole in the Marine Corps, wasn't he?
I'm gonna pause real quick
as
here
was
so we can talk a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, so were also all the other Marines, except for Kelso. I think he made the right call there, Jack Kelso, in deciding to drop out of officer school.
Yeah, like I said, I think he seems okay for a troop. I mean, the rest of them seem like basically what I assumed, although I will say that Phelps actually goes a little bit above and beyond, like a turbo asshole.
He's really... Yeah, it's hard to characterize it. Like, he kind of comes across as someone who's, like, trying extra hard to do the right thing, but the right thing is wrong to do.
He's basically
bad.
like a kiss-ass, but also he thinks that the way to be not a kiss-ass and just, like, be tough is to just kiss more ass. And...
Yeah, like, what was going on there where he was the guy who showed both the initial inspector and the asshole sergeant into the room? Like, he's clearly become teacher's pet or whatever.
Yeah, he may be like, mildly promoted ahead of the other officers because of being such a good kiss-ass?
I think so. I think he must have getting advanced, whatever. He'll probably end up as a lieutenant directly.
Yeah, and...
I think I remember that. Like.
I guess we'll find out in future flashbacks, which is a weird concept to say, but yes. Okay, so we've got this case here then. Marriage Made in Heaven, I believe? Or Match Made in Heaven?
Marriage Made in Heaven. That is the name. Let's find out what it's about. I suspect it's not actually made in heaven. Oh,
yeah,
it is.
A Marriage Made in Hell would be a little too on the nose. Also, we already saw one of those.
Yeah, this is the really memorable case, isn't it? Like, we panning past that car there in that alleyway. Oh no, shit, what?
Yeah, that guy got by that car.
Wow.
But yes, this is the case that I remember the most of, probably, out of any of the cases of Noire.
Yeah, in this one, like, that alley we saw, there's like a secret clue in there. I think we both remember that very clearly. So go to that alley.
Cafe, 208 North Los Angeles. Got a patrolman on site. The coroner's on his way.
Also, I have changed my suit during the re-recordings. I will change it again, probably. But let's just go through and see what I've earned, because I've earned more suits.
Oh, wow. Is this because you knew all the answers and so didn't have to do anything wrong?
That, but also just, like, doing it again gave me more points. Like, even when I was getting stuff wrong.
Huh. The game has giveth and taketh away at the same time.
It's also maxed out my intuition points. So the ones we had before were the Broderick, the Sharpshooter, Golden Boy, and Chicago Lightning.
555, they call him the Golden Boy.
Yes. So we got Sword of Justice, which is a nice, fairly
Not
standard
bad.
suit, I think.
Yeah, it's just well tailored, but kind of very standard.
It's
Still
very,
looks good.
It's very Cole Phelps, I think, which is
He
the
would
least kind thing I could say about it, but it's the most accurate. Golden Boy is the starting suit, obviously. Sunset Strip is actually what I might be going for.
I would not wear that unless you get into Vice Desk.
Oh, that's never going to happen. They would never take me in Vice. Then yeah, I'll stick with Chicago Lightning here. I was using the Broderick before, which has
I really like the Broderick and Chicago Lightning as well. Yeah, they're both good looking.
I like that tie. I liked it better on the dead guy, but it's not bad on Phelps either.
Yeah.
Just really bizarre asset reuse. Like, it's not like a crime or anything, but it's just like, huh, I guess ties
Oh, I
don't
mean,
really
he
matter.
clearly took it off the dead guy. Like, he also liked the tie. That's what's going on here. Police asset seizure.
I mean, he wasn't using it anymore, so is it really a crime to steal from the dead?
When you were replaying cases due to having accidentally deleted your own save file, did you do any of the street crimes or hidden cars or anything like that?
I did one street crime, so I guess we should probably do one of those here at some point, if it comes up. I
Yeah, I
didn't
guess.
particularly care for it.
Ah, well, that's good to know.
It seemed very bland, but I guess we'll see if they're all like that.
They are a way to extend the lifetime of the
Looks like
game,
the DA is gonna press
which we
charges.
don't need in Let's
And
Play.
Rodriguez might do time.
Anna Rodriguez.
She suffered enough.
Oh yes, the wife of the street.
Oh, yeah.
The DA likes conviction.
That's
I'll convince him
horseshit.
to let it go.
Because she didn't
How do you
actually
do
do
that?
anything that I
Give
recall.
him something better.
Like,
Well, it's nice that Cole is trying to ensure that she does not go to prison.
Yeah.
He's clearly not always a terrible person.
congratulations, Cole Phelps, on winning the hop over the shortest bar competition.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you got to compare him to the rest of the police force.
That is
which-
true.
The LAPD 1947.
Oh yeah.
Not nice for the most part. One thing that really struck me earlier on, I don't think I had time to mention this. You know Bukowski, right?
Yeah.
Cole's partner, obviously.
Everybody's
He's a
favorite
pretty
Pole.
nice guy. I like Bukowski.
Yeah,
He's
Bukowski
friendly
seems
as
like
well.
the coolest cop so far.
Cole Phelps.
And
However-
that he seems also like the least cop-like.
Thick as a white male named Lester
Oh,
Patterson.
Lester Patterson.
Walked out
Well,
of
I'll
the
get back to
bar
that in a
the
sec.
Street, car hit over there, and he ended up here, dead on impact by the look of it.
Oh.
Got fucked up by that car.
The only one with anything useful to contribute is the young lady over there. She lives above the bar.
Have we been to this bar before? I recognize it from a previous case.
Not a stage name.
It's very
24 years
possible.
old. She left Kansas to follow the
That reminds me.
Is that so?
This is where
remember-
Frank Morgan
Take a
was.
formal statement later.
Do you remember the
Right now,
guy
we're gonna
that
take
like
a
was
break.
outside the bar that we were going into to talk to Frank Morgan?
Yeah, this is that same bar, I believe. Oh, no, it's not.
No,
it's
'cause
just
it's
the
not on the
bartender
corner.
looks similar.
Poor guy didn't
They both look like bartenders, basically. Oh, that's a hell of a bloodstain.
Yeah.
So here's what I was saying earlier about Bukowski.
landed on
In
his
that
face and ended up here.
conversation he had with Cole, where they were kind of comparing the sizes of their relative public service penises, Bukowski mentioned proudly that he'd taken a role in helping to suppress the Zoot Suit riots.
Yes,
you
although
know
they
what
did
the-
not say Zoot Suit, they said Zooter, but I'm assuming that's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but do you know what those were actually about?
I'm assuming unions.
No. The Zooters were Latinos who were rioting against being murdered and beaten up by the cops.
I see.
Yeah. This was
So-
like the first time when people in California were starting to realize, hang on, there are Mexicans here. And they didn't like it. It was a turning point for that sort of thing.
And he was proud of his service there?
Oh
I
yeah,
guess he
like
would because he's a
basically
cop, so-
prejudice in this era against Spanish-speaking or Mexican-looking people in Los Angeles was pretty incredible. So it's a bit sad to think about Bukowski being involved in that. What the fuck? Look at this. This is great. Is that written in-
He just raised his life insurance policy.
Has life insurance.
Like, just recently raised it to $16,000, which is a
Whoa.
fucking lot of money.
When you say he raised it, like, who
Somebody
wrote on
did.
this note? 'Cause if Lester Patterson wrote "What the fuck," he probably wasn't expecting to get this letter.
That is true.
What if someone else took out life insurance on his life?
That would be a very terrible way to commit insurance fraud.
Particularly
Like,
if you let
it's
them find-
literally the first thing the police think of.
Also, yeah, I mean, it is, and especially if it's got the letter in the code. But
What have you got?
it would be funny. They just take out an insurance policy, someone, then you hit him with a car.
Intoxicated at the time of the accident.
The thing that I was going to say about the last
Looking
bar that
him
we
over
were at,
now,
the
I'd
guy
say dynamite
outside
impact.
who
What about the
you
chest
remarked
wound?
like,
Isn't
wait,
that
who was that?
inconsistent?
And then I went outside and he was gone.
Very
Yep.
common in auto injuries.
So on the
Look for a
replay, I
car with
actually
a
was able
prominent
to just
foot
like
ornament.
walk up to him and
Those
talk
things
to
are
him.
killers.
And
Oh.
all he said was like, "Hey, I'm an old friend from the school. Can you buy me a drink?" And I did not buy him a drink. I told him. Oh, I did not tell him, but Cole Phelps told him to get lost
I'd have
drunk.
traveled a good 20 feet.
And then he went and sat on the bench, so he was actually visible in the video as you were wondering where he went.
Right, it was on a bench and we didn't look at the bench because
Yes,
we
we're
were
very good.
standing there.
We're very good detectives.
Interesting. Cole does have a past. Whoa. So Lister Patterson has
There's a lot of blood.
extended past.
Blood is a long way from the
I like how kinetic the whole thing is. Like, because it's fictional rather than an actual dead person, it's all good.
Yeah.
So I enjoy the massive projection of self along.
So the
flying
driver
through the
managed
air,
to brake
being
before
dead.
the impact.
So, why would you brake if you were trying to kill the guy?
Maybe they won't. Maybe we shouldn't assume it was murder, perhaps. This is a traffic case, not a homicide one.
Yeah, well, we're about to break that one wide open.
Better find the hidden clue here. Yeah. Ah. A bloody knife.
A knife covered
So
in
why?
blood.
Could be a steak knife. This is a hit-and-run case, Phelps. Anyone could have thrown away a kitchen knife.
That's... Alright,
In any case,
Bukowski.
we'll want tech services to scrub the alleyway before they bag the knife.
This is kind of why I regret remembering it. Like, obviously I didn't have a choice. It's not like you can consciously choose to remember these things. But, like, all of a sudden we've got this, like, wildly different thing that's completely incongruous, and the game is basically just like...
I'll take the bartender. You work the rest.
the game is basically just like, yeah, don't worry about that. It'll maybe come up later, but it's probably irrelevant. And you're just like, no, it's not. But
I don't remember the relevance of the knife. It actually could be irrelevant, but it probably isn't.
the
Oh,
only
it's,
reason I know that it's not irrelevant is because you got an achievement the first time you find it for finding a clue before they...
Right.
Have a seat.
So, Courtney Sheldon, why do I know him? I thought I saw him in the flashback earlier, but it turned out to be someone else. Has he been in those military flashbacks, or was that someone else?
I think that was someone else.
Uh,
I guess we'll have to, like, look in...
Hope so, Courtney.
yeah, I think we don't know how the relevance of these people to the greater story right now.
I guess I'll
If
look it
there
up
is.
in between this video and the next one to just confirm that.
I wouldn't.
Actually, that
I
might
would
be a
let
bad
us-
idea, because that will probably give me more details than we have. So I won't.
Yeah, let's find it out over time, organically.
These people were condemned to sanatorium.
So he's getting these people hooked on drugs and saying, like, yep, that's fine.
They're just fine. No, it's not fine.
And until then, they stay sedated?
Do I detect a hint of reproach, Courtney?
I was
Guy.
expecting more, Doctor. Sorry. I don't mean to criticize.
You don't mean to, but you do.
Part of being a physician, Courtney, is learning to be...
That's a good pun right there. I don't think he meant it as a pun.
How is it possible to keep so many of them on their medications, Doctor?
They may have. He's a humorous
Their
person.
addictions are illegal.
Oh, many things
Oh
in
no,
life are
illegality.
Illegality in La Noire? Crazy.
As a cop, I must oppose this.
That might come up in Vice, if I had to guess. Like, maybe this is all leading up to, like, some big Vice case.
It totally is. Like they're going to be involved in drug.
Yeah, because, like, he's got, like, a big stash of illegal narcotics, or of some variety.
Which he's justifying on the basis of
These guys
treating
need it.
PTSD patients.
Yeah, which
I'm Detective Phelps.
they
of the
needed
LA
because he got them hooked on
How
drugs,
can I
but...
help, Detective?
That would be a good start.
Dudley Lynch. Hired help. I run the place when the owner ain't around.
Such as at 4:30 in the
Where is
morning.
the owner?
Stepped out. Somebody had to take Lorna, Mrs. Patterson, home.
Dudley Lynch is such a soft boy. Look at him.
I'm going to review some evidence real quick because, yeah, somebody had to take Lorna. This guy's name is also Pattison. Sister? Wife?
I gotta be wife.
Probably, yeah. So there's the insurance letter. Did they meet at the bar to talk about this insurance letter?
That is not where I would meet for that purpose, personally.
I would want to meet somewhere in public,
What can you tell me about the accident?
but probably not at late at night in a bar.
It was busy in here, and all I heard was the impact.
That...
I don't believe him.
No, I don't. I'm going to see what Phelps accuses him of, and then if I'm still not sure, I'm going to use an intuition point, which you can see I've got very many of.
I'm very, very certain there's doubt in this case.
What are you covering up?
Is that the best you've got? You expecting me to confess to being the driver?
What? That's a stupid... Okay, sure.
Like I made a mistake.
Just doubt him.
Yeah. Alright.
So what was he doing outside? It's against licensing regulations to drink on the
He
sidewalk.
was leaving.
Lester and Lorna were having a fight. The owner made him take it outside.
Alright, technically
It's
that's
pretty ugly.
not leaving, so I guess I shouldn't be so rude.
I reckon we're going to have to find and talk to this owner.
Yeah, probably.
Because-
Do you know the victim?
Yeah. Lester Patterson. He's a regular here, or he was.
This I will say is truth.
Yes, I think he was Lester Patterson. I believe this. I also believe that he was a
Not
regular.
one of your favorite customers?
Lester was special, but not my kind of special.
That sounds to me like he was an
Lester
angry
drinking
drunk.
Hmm.
No. He came here with his wife.
I mean, the argument and everything.
She didn't seem too interested in the booze, though.
What is this, like some sort of handicap scenario?
Some sort of what,
Interesting,
sorry?
wasn't there's the woman handicap
It's all yours, Detective.
I
scenario.
do not know who Andy Cap is. Unless you
Oh,
mean
it's
like...
an ancient American comic, actually, like 20s, 30s, 40s kind of newspaper syndication thing.
Yes.
The
Okay.
joke is that Andy Cap is like he has a wife who nags him, and he's a terrible person, and it's all very
That sounds very old
pre-feminist,
American
let's-
comic book humor. Or not comic
Yes.
book, but like newspaper comic humor.
yeah, like the main character will drink alcohol, for example, and go to a bar, and then his wife will turn up and be like, "I don't like what you're doing here," and everyone's
I
like,
came to the window because I heard people arguing
Funny
downstairs.
joke. Everyone laughs.
"Oh my god, is she like?" Has she come from a corn mine or something, or a corn wasteland? Like, this person is so Iowan or whatever that it just is insane.
I'm sorry. I need to actually hear that again.
Listen
Can you
to
tell us
her
what
accent.
happened?
Well, I came to the window because I heard people arguing downstairs.
Oh, she is not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I would actually say that. Also, truth. She's certainly staring him dead on. I guess.
Yeah, there was an argument downstairs. We know that.
Yeah.
It's probably true.
I'm gonna hit lie just to calibrate my lie detection sensors.
Oh no, this is gonna be hilarious.
Probably, yeah. But so I want to know what the difference is when a person's like telling the truth, or it's something to doubt or lie. And if the lie is some bullshit that doesn't matter, then I can just be like, okay, well, this is her truth face. I've got it locked in.
Sure.
Lie detected.
You weren't at the window. You were in the bar. What's a young girl like you doing alone?
He just makes something up.
That's a goddamn lie.
I mean, yeah, it is, but also, who cares?
Nothing personal. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, just gonna accuse you of underage drinking. Huh.
She's mad,
that-
I think.
Was that a glitch before? Where her
No, I think she's
face
upset
wasn't
because you
changing?
accused her.
I'm going to use a point of intuition, first of all, because I have so many.
Really? Oh yeah, you got 5 of them. I mean, it's a way they cap at 5. So
Yes.
if you want to sit on 4 most of the time.
That is what I thought. I guess she does
Yeah.
just get mad when you accuse...
Yeah.
Weird that people
So
would
that's
get
actually-
angry
that's
for
actually-
accusing people of rude things.
That's actually really important to know,
I
because
saw a
otherwise
car
you'll screw
hit that
up.
poor man and knock him down the street.
Okay.
Yep.
Suspect vehicle description.
What kind of
So
car?
we do
was it?
need that.
A dark red Lincoln Continental.
I'm going to say that's probably also true. I don't think we've got, like, a different...
No one
Yeah.
else saw it, so. The owner of the bar may have seen it.
Maybe.
Only the first 3 letters, I'm afraid.
Also, Lorna Patterson.
3C8.
Yeah, her also. And then, obviously, the dead guy
Okay.
probably saw it. Actually, no, I
3C8
guess...
narrows things down.
Argument
Tell me
overheard.
more about the argument you heard.
Well, there were 2 voices.
Okay.
A man and a woman. That's all.
That is not all, but...
Yeah, she knows more than she's saying on the argument, I reckon. I mean,
Uh,
those eyebrows.
I'm gonna say lie and then use this argument report or argument overheard to disprove it. because
I disagree. Because, like, you're not trying to prove there was an argument. She admits there was an argument.
Yeah.
What you're trying to do is get more information about it. She's saying she didn't hear any more than that. I reckon it's doubt because you're like, tell me more, you know more, rather than like you're lying. There was an argument. She says that there's no lie in it. It's just not helpful enough.
That's true. I will trust you and hit doubt.
Why are you holding out on us?
That was
Mr.
correct.
I'm sorry. I was hoping to tell
I'm
the story
sorry.
to the newspapers.
To the
I had to
newspapers.
get my picture in the paper.
Oh, that's
Trying to find
adorable.
work as an actress.
It is sort of.
Things look pretty difficult.
Cough it up, sister. We don't have all night.
People arguing.
Also, you can still
They were
tell your
husband
story to
and
the
wife. I
newspapers
could tell
even
by what she was
after.
yelling. Intimate.
Also,
True.
I guess they probably
Very
wouldn't want to hear it,
embarrassing
really.
for a man.
Like, what are you going to say? I heard these people arguing and then a car hit them.
Thank you, Miss Perry.
Goodbye.
Arguing about
Has been very
intimate
helpful.
things.
You can go now.
You really think so? I hope you find that driver and put him away.
Certainly got away with the dames, Phelps.
Well, we started off
Give
this
it a
case
rest,
pretty well, I think.
Wachowski.
Let's see what the patrons have to say.
Oh, I guess we've got to ask people. Huh, I forgot about that.
Well, you don't have to, but it sounds like a good idea.
Well, I can't talk to those people.
Maybe the guy sitting at the bar?
Apparently can't talk to him either.
Maybe Wachowski was assuming you haven't talked to the bartender yet.
That is
Or maybe
very
he
possible.
wants.
Oh, I can ask
Oh,
about the
new
argument
questions.
overheard at the bar now. Alright.
Ah,
A witness overheard an argument.
Lester and Lorna. There's nothing like airing your dirty laundry in public, is there?
There really isn't.
not in a crime anyway.
This
It's a very classic crime thing to do.
seems like another thing where I would want to press, or doubt in this instance, because I don't think that... Yeah, again, there's nothing to disprove
Right,
here.
what was his face like? Just seemed like he could have more to say on this topic, which he's not going to do with just a truth pick, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got like a weird smirk on his face.
Like he's looking forward to lying to you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit press. Doubt.
Why was Lorna Patterson
Correct.
in such a hurry to
Okay,
leave?
I think
What
maybe
is
this
going
is...
on here?
You've got a
Lorna
more
was
helpful
pretty
way of
upset,
phrasing it
so Leroy
than
took her home.
me just playing it, so thank you
Lorna and
very
Leroy
much.
are close.
No problem.
They've been talking about opening a new bar.
Leroy.
Leroy Sabo, the
Ah,
owner.
intrigue.
Huh. So Lester and
How long
Leroy
have
were...
Lorna and
No,
Leroy
Oh,
Lorna and
Lorna.
Leroy.
Oh,
this new bar?
oh, I misunderstood.
Who knows? I just served the drinks.
That is also not
That's
true.
It's totally not.
No, yeah. And I guess like, yeah, I'm just gonna doubt him.
Bartenders hear all sorts of things. Are you going to tell me, or do we have to start playing rough?
When Lester was drinking, he treated Lorna like dirt. He gambled away all their money.
Good thing she
Lorna
pulled out
pitched
that,
Leroy on the bar.
insurance
I don't know how
policy.
interested he is.
On him.
Is
I'm
Leroy
assuming.
doing well?
No, he's
no.
dead.
The only thing keeping this place afloat. is
Oh
the
wait,
poker
no,
game.
the other guy. Sorry, I keep getting confused because all these L names.
Thanks for your help.
Yeah, I mean, they're in
I'm
an
gonna
L
need you to sign a
triangle, it
statement
sounds
with the
like.
patrolman.
Sure, no problem.
You get
This is
anything out of the
interesting, isn't it?
regular?
Like, this it's a bit
They weren't giving too much
inconsistent.
away.
Like,
They liked watching Lester,
Lester
and Lorna go a few rounds
drinks a
every other
bunch
day.
and argues with his
And
wife,
Lester
and
was
she's
a
mad
fan
about
of
it.
the love tale.
Yes.
But the wife is also coming to the bar every day, and she wants to open a new bar with the owner of the bar, which doesn't seem like something her husband would
Operator,
like.
give me
Right.
dispatch.
What's going on?
I saw this
So-
phone icon on the map, so I just went to it
Phelps,
and hit the A
badge
button.
1247.
So let's see what he's going to call about, because I've got no idea.
How can I help, Detective?
Maybe the
I need
3C8
to run a
license
partial
plate?
Oh, yeah.
license plate, 3 Charles 8. Cross-check possible Lincoln owners. Suspect vehicle is a red Lincoln Continental.
Just a moment, Detective.
Lincoln, I believe, is also a defunct car brand at this point, although it lasted
Only
considerably
one
longer than
possible make
Packer.
on that license.
Packard?
Registered to a William
Oh.
Shelton.
William Shelton.
738 West Temple Street.
Oh.
Thanks, ma'am.
It's interesting how much less far you could be in this case at this point. Like, if you didn't get that information out of the witness, and if you'd screwed up both of those interrogations, you wouldn't know what the car was, and you also wouldn't know about Lester and Lorna and Leroy.
Yeah. So at this
Like,
point,
you'd
you would
just be
probably
a
just be
pretty-
like looking. I think you'd probably get like, hey, here's where the wife went or something. Because I guess I'll have to like look back and see what locations we got access to in what order. But
Well, you could always have gone to Lorna Patterson's house. I reckon that would have been the next
Yes.
destination. But now we have more options than that.
We've got a couple of beats to run down. You have it under control here?
Sure. As soon as the coroner gives the word, I'll finish up here.
Fortunately, it's 4:30 in the morning, so there's probably not that much. Hey, it's a hat. Let's examine this hat.
Must have been Lester's, I guess.
Knocked clear.
Cole's hat is better than that one.
It is.
Isn't it wild how everyone used to wear hats?
Not just...
Look at these people.
Yeah.
It's 4:30 in the morning and only the coroner is hatless. What are they doing?
I don't know. It's a weird fashion thing that just, like, I guess went away at some point.
We'll check in with you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get him onto a slab. Should have the report soon.
Thanks.
Cool. I think I have
It's
now
just like
checked
a
out...
time...
Aha! They've put an E, a letter E next to a bloody knife.
Yeah,
Now that I found
which
it.
the knife does actually seem to be completely irrelevant so far.
Yeah, so far.
But it's
Sorry,
really-
I wasn't trying to look at the knife again. I was trying to look at something else.
The other newspaper?
No, there's like a red can or something. I was like, it looks like a battery
That's
or something.
trash.
It is
That's
trash.
a pile of trash.
It is, yes. It's a Coca-Cola can, I think.
Or half of one.
Look, I just want Cole Phelps to root around in the garbage some more. Is that so wrong to want?
No, I think he deserves it. Although I do appreciate that his interactions with people at the crime scene, he's a lot less of an asshole than like Floyd Rose was when Cole was a patrolman.
That's true.
Rose and his partner, I forget the name, but we'll meet that guy again. Anyway, those two were really shitty to the forensics people in patrol and like
Yes.
big cops and so on.
Sorry, I'm just looking at this newspaper stand where you can look at the Los Angeles Mirror, also buy issues of Mystic Tales, The New Century, Baseball Week, and Bullhorn.
Look at that guy's legs in Baseball Week. Incredible.
He's swinging very hard. Also, I think he's striking out comically. Yeah, there's like wind arrows around him. Like he's struck out so hard, it's like that Bugs Bunny cartoon where he strikes out 3 times on one pitch, or where he strikes the people out 3 times on one pitch.
They have put together a pretty aesthetically consistent... it's not a recreation of the past, it's an interpretation of it through a noir lens.
So where do we want to go first? Do we want to go to the car, or do we want to go to the wife?
It's an interesting question, because, like, the guy with the car seems like he's very important since he's the criminal who killed Lester Patterson, right?
Yes.
Actually, yeah, why don't we just go there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go
Like,
here first,
that's
and then...
the guy. I mean,
And then we
sure,
can figure out, like, the domestic stuff later, but...
Yeah, like this stuff
Lucky
with
break
the
getting
bar.
partial ID.
and
These
like,
cases are usually dead in the water after 24 hours if no one comes forward.
Why don't they just stop?
You heard about fight or flight during the war?
Never.
Sure. Never back your enemy into a corner. That kind of stuff.
Right. Well, in hit and run, the perp is already in flight. It's easier to
I'm
be
driving
alone.
much safer,
It takes a degree
I
of moral
hope this
courage to
continues.
stop and accept responsibility.
but I really want to go
make
fast.
yourself out to be.
So let's go fast.
I didn't know I was making myself out to be.
I don't want to do shots fired. You guys are going to have to deal with that one now, because this flag is right up here.
It is very close by. And the cutscene is a good way to stop, as always.
It's a decent...
So, William Shelton, I mean, we've got a pretty good indication. Unless this guy was letting someone else drive his car, this is the killer, right?
Yeah.
It would be interesting if the other stuff is just irrelevant. It probably isn't.
Yeah,
But
they spent too much time and too many voice actors... He's just running away, huh?
this
Also, apparently
looks
we
like
waited around for
someone
3
was
hours?
gonna hit... I beg your pardon?
We apparently waited around for 3 hours. It's now 7-something. It was 4-something
They
when we
must
got
have
here.
been staking him out. Because here's the guy. Look at his car!
Son of a bitch right there. William Shelton?
Yes?
It doesn't look good, Shelton. You packing your bags and making a run for it?
Look, I'm just really
You
in a
know
hurry
why
to get to
we're
Seattle. I know this girl there.
Yes. The accident.
We've got witnesses who can put this car at the scene, not to mention the physical damage. This is open and shut, Shelton.
I appreciate that he caught the bag and was just like, alright, I'll probably need this later.
Yeah.
That coward thinks he can
That
run
was
from
very
everything.
polite. Okay.
Okay, this is where everything's going to go bad for me in the not crashing my car business. I really wish I knew how to handbrake. I just know how to regular brake. Some frames on that guy running.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
Unfortunately, his character starts having that.
I'm just gonna kind of try and hit him with a couple times. Oh god.
No wonder he killed someone driving like this.
Yeah, he's definitely the one driving unsafely. Oh god. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Don't let that asshole get away.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Bukowski there. Like, I mean, we would be in trouble if that happened, I think.
Especially given that, like, I've probably caused more damage during this chase than you guys. Just got it good right there.
That's it. Cuff him and we're done.
Okay, that was indeed the way to stop the
Show me your
car.
hands. It was a vehicular manslaughter rap sound, Shelton.
I hit him.
Sounds pretty bad,
I
actually.
admit it, I just panicked, but it wasn't my fault.
What do you mean?
The guy jumped right out in front of me. He came out of nowhere. There's nothing I could do
There was
about
nothing
it.
I
Why
could
didn't
do.
you
He had a
stop?
perfect hand.
I've had accidents before.
That's it.
Oh,
We're
holy
done.
shit.
EA is gonna love you.
They weren't all my fault.
So he's got...
I'm a surveyor. I need my license for my job. There were people around. A woman and a man were standing right next to him. I thought they could get him to a hospital. I'm telling you, it's not my fault.
The guy is dead, Shelton.
You can't be serious.
I'm
William Shelton,
very serious.
You're coming
And don't call me
downtown.
Shirley.
We need to talk about a manslaughter charge.
So,
Yeah, well, if
Leave the
his,
coroner
if his
and
job
the
relies on
paperwork. Procedure
driving,
can wait.
and he
Probably
drives
go
so
speak to
badly
the
that he's had
wife.
multiple
Let her know
deadly
what's
accidents or whatever, then he may not be a person who should have that job.
Hard at the prospect of paperwork, don't you?
Cole? You okay there, buddy?
Uh,
I've hit the Y button
are
to get
you-
into the car.
You may... Maybe you should do it a second time differently.
Cole.
Try getting in from the other side. What the hell?
You feeling okay? Hey, oh my god! I'm so sorry, sir. That... Alright.
Adjust his tie.
Goodbye, sir. I'm sorry.
But at least you can get in the car now. So.
I'm so sorry.
So this is interesting, isn't it? Because, like, Shelton killed the guy.
Yeah.
But...
There were two bystanders that just didn't do shit.
Well, that's not what I'm thinking about. He said he had kind of jumped out of nowhere and there was no way to swerve or anything, right? He did try and brake.
Yeah.
And Lester was in a big old argument with a couple of people who may well have hated him, standing right there. Did he
Pushed him?
jump out in front of the car, or was he pushed?
I would say they pushed him, and I
It
think
is possible.
there's still that bloody knife that I know is relevant somehow. I don't remember how, but
Probably the bloody knife was not used to push him in front of the car, though, because
No.
that would have been obvious on the corpse. The wound did not show up.
well, I mean, we haven't gone to the coroner yet. Like the coroner.
That's true. Maybe the coroner will be like, "Hey, by the way, I took his clothes off and he's been stabbed in the back."
Yeah, he's been stabbed repeatedly. I don't know why we didn't notice before, but I guess they don't like take the guy's clothes off when they're on the scene. They take them back to the lab. to look at that. They just kind of look at like obvious surface wounds, or like, oh, this guy was hit by a car. Who could have known that? Well, it's now a reasonable time in the morning instead of like ass o'clock.
It's interesting that you're here at 9 a.m. instead of 4 a.m. and it's all different. Like, if you'd come here first, it would still have been night. And so now, for example, we can assume that Lorna and Leroy may have already talked to each other and prepared a story. Like, it does change some stuff.
Yes? Hello?
Mrs. Patterson.
Is this about my husband?
We're investigating the incident, ma'am.
I see. Come in, won't you?
Is she drunk at 9 a.m.?
I mean, who hasn't been there before?
People being investigated for crimes? No,
She was
they
up
have
pretty
been.
late last night. Also, I'm just gonna walk around the house for a little bit because it didn't tell me to, but also I just want to. It's not like giving me the detective music, so I probably shouldn't be. Oh. Oh.
Now it is. Now that you started doing it, it's
Seems
oxydol.
No, the by the detective music, I mean like the scene music isn't happening, but it is doing the pings as I walk up to irrelevant objects, like this rolling pin.
Doesn't look like anything crime related. I would say it looks like something. Bukowski's like joining in. Yeah, I'll pick up a spoon too.
You guys got a knife set around here?
Oh yeah, I mean there was a bloody kitchen knife. It came from somewhere, but I mean
I assume
the bar
it came
would
from the
have
bar.
knives.
But like,
Yeah.
why would they throw out a knife? Those things are not cheap, by the way. I don't know if you ever like bought restaurant grade knives. They are fucking expensive.
I do have a nice set of knives, but someone else bought them, so I don't know how much they cost.
I have a bad set of knives.
Like,
it was also
moving
very
out
expensive.
years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was weird. I moved out of a place, right, and the people I was living with were like, "Hey, as a present, here's a bunch of sharp, deadly knives." What were they trying to tell me?
They were trying to tell you that you should always be prepared in the big city.
I guess so.
What?
Locked door.
There's just a dead body back there. Her husband, actually. She somehow snuck into the morgue, and that's not what happened. Anyway,
Wouldn't it be interesting if, for example, Leroy, what's his name, was back there?
What's to tell?
Why would he still be here, though? Like, he should have left.
You don't appear to be too upset about the fact.
No, we knew that they were fighting already,
Lester and
Phelps.
I met on a furlough in '44. We got married that weekend.
Well.
People don't understand it now, but that happened a lot back then.
I see. So you probably did well to stick it out this long.
Oh, he's not.
What's that supposed to mean, mister?
Not convinced
I think
of
it's
her
about time
morality, is he?
No.
I beg your pardon? You're gonna have to run that
She
one
does
by
have
us
someone
again,
here.
sister.
It's okay, Lorna. I'm Leroy Sabo.
Hey, you were in the locked room.
Well, well.
He totally
You're
was.
comforting the
I
grieving
thought so,
widow,
because
Mr.
of the
Sabo.
way they described the
All right,
argument.
wise guy. Do you have any intelligent questions you would like me to answer?
No, I have a whole host of
confirm
stupid
Mrs.
ones,
Patterson's
actually.
story?
Lester lost at cards. He was kind of hard to control when he lost his temper. He turned without looking and walked right out in front
That's
of
a horseshit story, and you know it, because you were arguing. We have, like, 3 witnesses
What's
that'll
your
say that,
relationship
at
with
least.
Mrs. Patterson, Mr. Sabo?
We're friends. Good friends.
Okay.
You expect me to believe that?
Look, I was filing for divorce. Mental cruelty. Lester could be a mean
That is
son of a
probably
bitch.
true also. Like,
And Lester knew
the
it.
dead
Yeah.
guy doesn't seem like a great
No.
dude.
I hadn't told him.
Well,
You still can't kill him,
though.
though.
Well for the
No,
two
yeah.
of you.
Murder
I
is
feel
still
almost
bad.
for busting in on this
Also,
little rendezvous.
She just said something about, like, Lester didn't know, but, like, he totally would have, because she was trying to get him to buy a bar with
Yeah.
Like, did she not think that
And
he would
also-
be like, huh, my wife wants to set up a bar with this guy.
I
That's
think we
fine.
need to pay close attention during this conversation, and I suspect it will not be filled entirely with truth.
Yes, I'm going to say this is almost, like, all 3 of these are going to be doubt or lie. Actually, the partnership
Well, I
with
mean,
Leroy
if we
Sabo
ask,
might be
let's
true.
say we ask about the hit and run incident, she's like, yes, he was hit by a car. That might be true, but
I would say doubt in that instance, because I'm going to guess that I will need to press on that one.
yeah.
Okay, hit and run incident.
How did the car come to hit Lester?
Very
He walked
fast.
straight into the path of an oncoming car.
I'm going to hit lie first. Well,
I think yes, that is the right thing to do because, like, if we can,
I don't
We
know that
don't
we have
have
any
to-
evidence about that, though.
yeah,
But I do
Shelton
want
didn't really
to-
give us anything going.
I do want to... It's either doubt or lie.
Wait, what was that in about the coroner's report?
The coroner's report said that he is wounded, he was intoxicated, chest wound possibly caused by vehicle hood
Chest
ornament.
wound possibly caused by hood ornament.
I'm hovering
That's
over this bloody
interesting.
knife ominously, but I don't think that's going to be relevant here. Not yet.
Yeah. So she's not telling the truth, but can we prove it? I don't know. We'll
I'm
find out.
going to use an intuition point to get us back down to the levels that we were at before I got all those free levels. Also, I'm going to get one anyway here in a little bit.
You don't want to like just pick lie and see what you say in this case.
Yeah, sure, let's go for it.
See if it's something we can prove.
You pushed him in front of the car.
We can't prove that.
If you think you can prove that, I suggest you arrest me now.
We can't prove that.
We can't. On the other hand, she totally did it. Maybe.
One of them did it, at least. Or
It.
because of
seems
this bloody
quite
knife,
likely.
he just, like, wandered out looking for help, and then...
You're off the hook.
Yeah, possibly he wasn't pushed, but was stabbed, like legitimately.
Okay, so given that we can't prove that she pushed him, I'm going to say doubt.
Okay.
You expect me
Yes.
to believe that, Lorna? It's all very convenient.
Bukowski's like
Damage to
shaking his head in
Lester was
pain
like-
at the idea of being expected to believe this.
He was
Yeah.
yelling at me. He was yelling at the whole world. Kind of felt sorry for the driver. Poor guy
Kind
had
of,
no
but not
chance.
really. Nature of the argument.
You were arguing in the bar and on the sidewalk.
We were always arguing. So what?
I'm going to hit lie because I'm going to assume that she's going to, like, say, oh, it's just a regular argument that we have all the time, but, there's not actually
Okay.
enough in here in this evidence book.
I think this is the right. Yeah. I feel like we may have missed something, but maybe we didn't. This is the right person, I think, to be hitting lie on repeatedly, because she's lying repeatedly.
Something was different this time.
You're clutching at straws.
You're right, actually, I am clutching at straws.
There is the insurance letter.
There is. So there's that. There's also the statement about the business arrangement. Those would be two different things.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know that it's time to break out the insurance letter, though.
It might be, but it might not be. This is a genuinely difficult one.
This is the one that I should have saved the
You have to shake the tree to see what falls out.
thing for. Oh wait, I did. Haha.
Yeah, you in fact did save the intuition point for it.
I'm gonna guess that it's going to tell me that doubt is the most common answer, because I don't think that we can break out the insurance letter yet, and I don't think we have anything else that points to the argument being any different than their normal.
Let's find out.
Doubt is in fact the most common answer.
Though some people chose lie.
That is true. But some people also chose
I
truth
guess
because they're
is-
idiots, I guess. Let's go for doubt.
I guess if you look straight just at her
Motivating,
face.
pushing his buttons. We can easily get the full story from the regulars in the bar.
All right. Lester was playing cards out back.
Okay.
Lost, of course, and wanted back in.
All right.
He suggested I earn the money on my back to get a mistake.
That's a fucked
That
up
was a
thing to say.
proposition he was putting to his so-called buddies.
He's
so
a
maybe
real piece
I
of
was
shit.
a little angrier than usual. Let's just say I
Yeah,
took
that's a good reason
exception
to
his
argue with
idea.
someone.
Yeah. I guess we're going to have to take her at her word that that is the case. As
I reckon
much as I don't like
somebody-
doubting that kind of thing, but like,
At,
she's
at the
clearly
bar, I
lying about
remember-
multiple things here. So, ugh.
I remember at the bar where the telephone was, there was like a door which led to a kind of back room, and it had green baize on the walls. And I remember thinking, oh, are we going in there? But then the phone call, I forgot about it. When she says playing cards out back, I reckon we could have found some sort of gambling room.
Maybe that may be
Maybe
some
I'm half
evidence that we
remembering
missed.
it. Yeah. However, it doesn't matter because she's told us about
The
it.
bartender said
So
that
we
you
now
and
know.
Leroy were planning to go into business together. Can you explain how you'll get the money to do
This
that?
is where we pull the
I have a
insurance
little money saved
letter.
away.
Ah, yes, it
Being
is.
economical with the truth, Lorna.
You want to back that up, little man?
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
You increased the premium
Yes.
on Lester's life insurance. GI insurance policies have a $10,000.
Which is a heaping
limit.
helping of
With
dollars,
Leroy's
by the
idea.
way.
Lester
$100,000
was always
in
getting
today's
into
money?
fights,
Pretty
crap
good.
games,
You
peanut
could buy so
butter.
many hogs with that money.
Turns out
You
it
could.
was good advice.
You could
Speaks
maybe
to
buy a bar
motive
with it
and
also, but
premeditation, Lorna.
You're forgetting the hit and run detective.
You and Mr. Sabo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
have
sure
an
we will,
interesting
officer.
day.
Now, if you could both
May
just
you live in
leave.
interesting times.
We're leaving, ma'am. Sorry for your loss.
So here's the thing.
I can see what a tough time
They
you're
killed him.
having with
Yes.
But how do we prove it?
We go to the coroner and we find out that he was not. He did not puncture himself on the car ornament. Also,
Yeah.
I'm going to use your phone, by the way. Like, I'm
Why
not
not
leaving yet.
outside the house rather than calling from in here and letting them know what's going on?
That's probably true, actually. Also, I don't think that the phone is in here. I think the phone is outside.
Oh, well, that's another reason to use one outside the house then.
I think there was actually there was a phone in there because there's a different phone that I can use out here, but there was a
Yeah.
phone in there that I could
Damn,
use.
the cop in the news.
It certainly was, but I think this. Everyone's got opinions on the street.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
Oh, tobacconist. Sorry, I thought that said baconist at first, and I was like, that's not how you spell bacon. But
Just one detective
Baconist.
from the coroner. Message reads, Phelps, see me at Central Morgue immediately. Results of the Patterson autopsy.
yes, this is where we find out that he was not
Stop.
punctured, that he was stabbed by some kind of bloody knife that we might find if we go back to the bar, and then Phelps says, actually, I'm a good cop. Check me out.
Yeah, I wonder if the way you're meant to do it is go to the bar a second time. I don't know.
I feel like... So, I actually don't know, because I found it in the alleyway the first time I played this case. Even. Like, I
don't remember whether I found it or not. So yeah, I don't know. Although I remember like we were talking about remembering it earlier, but that may have been because you talked about it.
Yes.
I'm certain.
I think it was because I like in one of the
It's
first
like
video
the glory.
I talked about like the very few things that I remember, and it was just like
Yeah, so I
remember-
may have been stealing your valor here.
1624 West 3rd Street, 1624
This fucking place again.
Look, I'm not proud of it.
At least it's a ramp this time and not stairs.
I'm only hurting my own car, it's fine.
I like how Bukowski has nothing to say about this. He's just like, yeah, I've got used to it.
I've seen you hit civilian cars. This is way better than that. Also, people continue to not realize that Mad Cop Phelps is on the job, so they should probably just like watch themselves. Okay.
So this is going to be interesting. Like, I reckon there's enough evidence to bring in Lorna and Leroy, like, for questioning or whatever. But is there enough to arrest and convict them?
I would say not yet. Also, sorry, that heavy sigh was meant for the car that drove into me. I was.
Is it possible to return to the bar?
Use the siren.
Can you go back to locations you've been at? Does that work?
I think not once they've been crossed off. Like once they've been crossed off, it's the game's way of saying like there's nothing more for you to find here. I can't
would
even
like to
select
test that
them in
theory.
the menu.
Would you? Oh, you can't select it in the menu. Are you sure? Because I'd really like to know about gambling.
Yeah, I cannot hit up or down here.
Okay.
Central
Yeah,
Morgue is
it's
the only
not
option
really
I've
giving
got.
you a way to do it. The reason I would like to know about gambling, if possible, possibly we didn't miss anything. Perhaps we know all we can ever find out about that. But it seems like it would be a way to get at Leroy Sabo.
Yeah. I tell you what. After we figured everything else out, I'm gonna load up the case file in a replay and not save over my main file this time, and then just go
That's
to the
a good
back
idea.
room.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
When is
More?
America gonna understand?
That's...
It's not about getting, it's about giving.
This must be it.
We can put the driver in front of a judge in less than a week.
You won't want to
You'd
do
be making a
that.
big
Thank you.
mistake.
Run that by me again?
The victim was dead before the car hit him.
Huh.
Puncture wounds to the right side of the thorax.
He really
Second
did?
puncture reached his heart.
You're kidding me.
Been doing this job 23 years, son. No one's ever laughed at one of my jokes.
He was stabbed.
That's me. I'm the first
Long,
one.
sharp knife.
Pay
Think
me.
of a bayonet.
We found a knife in the alleyway.
Hey!
Where's it
I did
now?
that.
Was it bagged?
By Patrolman Kaplan.
Perfect. I'll get you a definite match.
Jesus, we got him. Murder one. We were right there and they tried to stare us down. Now they'll both get the gas chamber.
Wait, are we just...
We have the knife.
We're
we
not
have the
just done,
coroner's
right?
Report, and I bet we could roll Sabo as a witness.
Holy
Let's bring
shit.
her in.
I mean, yeah, at this point you definitely go and arrest someone.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it's not done. You've got to go and actually arrest her, but...
That is true. I was expecting another interrogation, but I guess if we've got the murder weapon, the fact that the dude was dead before he got hit by the car...
It's possible there will be an interrogation after you arrest her.
Let's find out. By arresting her.
Yep. I mean, that is a traditional thing to do, right? Like, bring someone down to the police station and yell at them and threaten to beat them up and so on.
It's certainly what Phelps has done for the last couple cases.
Well, this is a lot more of a legitimate, big old crime than the traffic desk had been to date.
Yeah, I'm wondering well, I know it's not going to be the last case because of the DLC case that we accidentally loaded. But I kind of wonder if this would just, like, flow naturally into homicide. Like, well, you just solved this murder, so I guess we might as well just cut the crap and just promote you.
I'm sure it'll make Phelps and Bukowski look good to their superiors, yeah, but I reckon there's more to come in Traffic Desk.
I hope Bukowski does look good to the superiors or whatever. Like, he seems like a nice guy, other than the racism that is inherent in all cops. But I like him a great deal more than I like Cole Phelps.
So, how much has that changed from your first playthrough of the game? Your opinion on Cole Phelps?
I wish I had kept better notes, but I didn't think that I would be doing something like this. First of all, because I don't think I had heard of the concept of Let's Plays yet, but...
I think my attitude when I first played was like yours is now. I enjoyed being Cole as a video game protagonist, but I thought he was a bad person and expected him to get some sort of comeuppance by this point in the game.
Coroner, Mrs. Patterson. He confirmed your husband's cause of death. We'd like you to come downtown and answer some questions.
It wasn't me. It was Leroy's
That was
idea.
fast.
Leroy stabbed him. I had nothing to do with it.
Where is
That is
Leroy now?
false,
He's
but
in the
probably.
bedroom.
You're very good, Lorna.
Put the gun down.
Ooh,
shit.
If you do something stupid now, you don't stand a chance in front of the grand
Nice of
jury.
you to give me up, sweetheart. All that whispering in my ear, telling me how he had to get rid of him, how good it could be, all the money we
Man,
could
you
claim,
people are both
all
awful.
that planning. how to get him into the street, how to
And the
make
guy
it
that
look
you
like
killed,
an
also an
accident.
asshole.
You had all the bases
Also,
covered,
hey.
baby.
I had nothing to do
You
with
think
it.
I'm gonna fry for you,
He's a
Lorna?
crazy man. Shoot him. Shoot him, for God's sake!
What the fuck? Alright, shit.
Well, definitely want to arrest him for multiple murders at this point, I think.
Yeah, gonna have to.
You know, the thing I reckon this is going to be one of the things we have to point your gun at him for a certain period of time, or possibly we have to tackle him after you get close.
I lost track of him for a second there, because he made a turn, obviously. Yeah, I don't think that... This seems like the street crime case that I did that was off camera, because that guy also was firing wildly behind him.
And what did you have to do in that one?
I had to kill him. Which I didn't think I would. Oh, shit. Oh, great. Okay.
Okay, now you should probably shoot him.
Are we gonna make a bargain or what?
Put the weapon down now.
Well,
we know he shoots his hostages, so
Put your weapons down and your hands in the air.
Help me!
well, that didn't really end the way that I thought it would.
No, me neither.
Despite thinking there was something suspicious the entire time we were going through this case, I did not see that one coming.
It never gets any easier, Bukowski.
Dang.
Well, that was fun.
I wonder whether Lorna's dead or not.
I have to assume she is. Like, she just went down.
So, I give you a hit and run. You bring me back fraud, conspiracy, and first-degree murder.
Also, all of the principals involved are dead.
Detective operates.
So,
you take nothing at face value. You keep digging and asking questions until you get to the truth.
Yeah, but
you got some sharp elbows.
Seriously, all of the people are dead. Like,
up the good work.
as a policeman trying to like keep crimesters off the streets or whatever, but also not kill anybody, we failed completely.
I'm not sure that the disc chief guy thinks his job is to not kill anybody.
That's true. Also, this is the least vehicle damage I've ever done. 5 stars!
Wow.
Ooh, another visit to Ray's, huh? Yeah, so I guess there probably was a better way to do it.
That probably would have been what happened if you didn't find the knife.
Oh, maybe. But if I didn't find the knife, I wonder if anybody survives if I don't find the knife.
I don't know. Valorous.
Okay,
Might
so...
make more people dead. Who knows?
You asked my opinion of Phelps the first time around, and I didn't give you a full answer. I think at the time I was much more like raised on police television shows and such that like I automatically assumed that Cole Phelps was a good guy. This time I'm coming in after like all of 2016 and the repeated slayings of unarmed kids by America's cops.
Yes, there has been a lot of the American police just fucking killing people, hasn't there?
Yeah. So
it's been a thing.
That sort of shapes my view of the police in general, and also just like I remember Cole Phelps being kind of a sleazy asshole in the later parts of this game. So that's like vaguely, I don't really remember the circumstances or whatever, but like those things combined have given me a much lower opinion of him going in. And I think he's largely like matched what I assumed he was. Like once I dug away the hyperbole of just like, oh, this game's the worst piece of shit ever, because I don't think that's true.
No, I think it's a good game. I think it's successfully portrayed. Well, I've said that before, but I think so far he's successfully portraying someone who is like, he's clearly a good cop, right? Like
he's good at his job. I don't know that.
Yeah,
like
he's
good
doing...
cop. Well, yeah, that's actually probably like vestigial cop respect. So let's just do away with that right now. Yeah, he's a good cop. He's good at being a cop. He's a good cop.
Yeah, I mean, we've got like high praise from the commissioner or whoever just now, who's like, hell yeah, you did the copping quite good, better than I thought you would.
Yeah.
And he's like trying, and he has intentions that aren't entirely wrong, but he's also kind of clearly a shithead.
Yeah.
Whose past, well, we don't know exactly where it's going, but it looks like ominous, doesn't it? Like super ominous. So where is it all going to come together? I don't know, but on a case-to-case basis, yeah, you can kind of feel things are going well right now, but they probably won't always be going well.
Yeah.
And that's probably fine.
So with that update, normally we would just like quit the video here, except last time that got us into a whole heap of trouble.
Yeah, we'd better go ahead and see whether there's a new flashback or not. And if there is a flashback, we'll record it. Otherwise, we'll be quitting out of here and stopping the recording.
Yeah. So I'm going to hit the A button. If there's a flashback, we'll watch that. And if not, we'll see you next time. Saving.
Saving. That's a good thing that it's saving.
There is no flashback. Great news. Okay, then
Cool.
I'm going to cut the recording here, and we will see you guys next time.
For
Peace.
a slip of the tongue.
A slip of the tongue. Good case name.